Hey all, Jean here. I decided to do my video outside today because it is, oh my God, it is cold. And I'm not doing my video because it is cold, but I'm doing it because I am heading out to run an errand. And I thought, well, if I have to go out in this cold, I'm going to take you guys with me, right? That's why, um, yeah, I'm taking you guys with me here out in this cold. Let me just turn the camera around and then put on my gloves. Hi. Oh my God, it's so cold that just breathing alone takes up, get trapped right in my throat. So I've managed to put on my gloves and yeah, I'm going to take my time walking today because honestly, I cannot even muster up the energy to walk fast or to run along here. As you can tell, I am on the road, literally today on the main road, because for one thing, I think it's a little bit still icy on the path by the river. Plus, I had to come out and throw my garbage out. And so bear with me on that. Don't know, I feel like my camera is shaking a bit. And but I'll do it. Anyways, today I have a treat for you guys, right? Um, yeah, I want to give you 5 ways to travel Europe by train very cheap. Now, you may say, Europe by train? Why would I want to do Europe by train? But if you are like myself, a Black woman from the Caribbean, and you have always wanted to go to Europe, say, for instance, you wanted to go to Italy, and but you don't have any family there, you don't have any friends there, but you always wanted to go, but you decide you cannot go because you don't know anyone there. And I am speaking to the people and the women from the Caribbean who wants to travel but have this idea that they cannot do it. So I'll just tell you how I did it. And as it so happened, I did it with a friend of mine's, but you can do this trip on your own, or you can, have a good girlfriend and make a decision to go on a trip like that, right? I'm going to change my hand. Hopefully you guys can see me. See? The sun is shining on this side. It's just coming through the ridge right here. And I'm not sure. Yeah, it even look cold outside today. Yeah. Anyways, sorry guys. The air is um it's very much uh really tickling the throat today. So yeah. So the first thing we did, we knew that we wanted to go to Europe, right? We both knew that, me and my friend, we knew we wanted to go to Europe. We also knew that we didn't have the kind of money to travel Europe the way or the way that people travel Europe. So the first thing we did was decide on a date that we wanted to go, right? So we give ourselves at least a year. Honestly, we give ourselves a year. So it was about February um 20, we went in 20, so it was about February 13th, 2013. And we decided we're gonna go in May of 2014. So, for instance, it's 2026. You can decide that you want to do this next year, May, late May, middle May of 2027. So it gives you a whole year, to actually, save the money, book the flight, book the accommodation, and all the things. So coming back to number one is making your date to. Sorry, guys, if you can't see me, I'm just trying to walk and do this at the same time. So you just have to make your date. Well, decide what day you want to go a year from today. After that decision, the second thing you want to do is to decide when you're going to buy your ticket, right? Just the ticket, your air ticket for the air, for plane. So we give ourselves 3 months before traveling to buy our ticket. So you can give yourself 2 to 3 months before you travel to buy your ticket. So for instance, we were leaving in May. So there is April, March, February. We got our ticket around, you know, February of the year that we travel in, or March, 2 to 3 months out. So that's the second thing you want to do. Not buy the ticket yet, but make a decision on the date that you're going to buy the ticket. I just did that recently. I'm leaving for Toronto, and yeah, I'm in Alberta, and I'm going to Toronto for about a week. And bottom line is, my decision is, you know what? I know that I'm going to go, and then I give myself a cutoff date to buy my ticket. And it's like, I'm going to buy my ticket by Wednesday. And usually, that means that I would buy my ticket a day ahead, the same day, or a day after. Either way, it's all good. There's no wrong or right. As long as you get a ticket on the day that in the neighborhood of the date that you pick. So that's the first. The second thing. So now the third thing, the third ways that you want to, the third thing you want to do is you want to go to the library, and you want to start having fun, because you want to get books on where you want to travel, right? So in my case, myself and my friend, we wanted to go to, well, between two of us. And that's the thing. On the second thing, that included in the second thing, or the third thing you can do, is to decide how long you're going to be there for, right? And if you're going to Europe and you want to do Europe by train, I recommend that a lot more than just taking a trip to Italy and spending, double the money to go to Italy and stay in a hotel. When you can go to France, you can go um, all the different places in Italy. We went to Rome, we went to Venice, we went to Tuscany, we went to the Cinque Terre, we went to, we went to Paris. Um, we went everywhere. We went to Spain. We went to Ireland, England, the south of France, Germany, and and Amsterdam. So I think we did like 7 countries in Europe in 5 weeks, and we had enough time for all of them. Average time per country, 3 days. That give you enough time to see all the monumental things, all the special things, all the tourist things. You can add a day on for rest. You can take a day off because the place is not as exciting. But anyways, it gives you an opportunity to to do all those things that that you would like to do, believe me, and you still had space to rest and to take additional days here or there, or even show up late for certain things, right? So, coming on to the third, which is going and check out the library more than the internet. Because when you go and you get a book, you can spend days just flipping the book with your hands, looking at all the places you want to travel, mapping it out properly. Most of those books, especially books on, like the Lonely Planet books, they are so reliable and very much up to date with their information. So it's not like you get in, years, they always updating and editing and upgrading their books. So you can always get a Lonely Planet or even one of those private travel books that tells you everything, read through it. Here, really, having more, it would make you feel more trustworthy than even just going and book stuff on the internet, which you would have to do ultimately. But the fact that you can just go through the books and enjoy, all the places and have fun and, decide where you want to go in Europe, what it is you want to do, which country you want to arrive in first. For us, we went to Ireland first because that made sense. And then from Ireland, we took a ferry to England and stayed in London for a few days, and then took the train from London to Paris and stayed in Paris for a few days, and then take the train from Paris all the way to Barcelona. And then from Barcelona, we came back to the south of France, I think. We went to Venice, not Venice, but Nice and Monaco. And then from there, the south of France, I think we traveled to, where did we go first? I think we went to Tuscany first. Um, and then we went to Rome, and then we went to Venice, and then we went to Vienna, and then we went to Germany, passed through the Alps, and then we went to Amsterdam and came home. That sounds like seven. I'm not sure. I have to count it again. Oh, mm. um, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to be kind to myself, even if you are not. I hope you enjoying my walk and talk. Yeah, so that's the fourth thing to do, to buy the books and look around and see all the things that you want to do and that you can do. Now is the time to buy your train ticket. And believe me, it is cheaper than you think to buy it. They call it a VIP train ticket through Europe. You can buy that. You buy your train ticket through Europe, and you're also at this time looking for hostel, right? After you read all the books and go through all the Lonely Planet, they give you a lot of info on all the hostels. And all over Europe, like in Canada and I'm sure in America and all these bigger places, they have the international hostels, right? I recommend that you become a member, get a membership card for the international hostels, because with a membership card, you pay like $25 for a membership card. And the rate for hostels is still ridiculously cheap. I'm thinking, I just went in and looked, and I think it's like 20, like if you're a whole family, you're only paying 22 euros, like for a whole family to stay in a hostel. And there is a lot of family friendly hostels all over the world now. You don't have to be under 30 to stay in a hostel. You can stay in a hostel now at any age. And the good thing about hostels is that they have um, kitchens that you can share. So that would keep your meal and your food very, um, cheap, really inexpensive. So you can buy and buy your food and cook it in the hostel. You have community space, so you can meet other like-minded travelers and listen to their stories. You can share. They have where you can share rooms with just your friend, or you can share a dormitory room with 6 beds. Or so they have rooms that have 2 beds, 4 beds, 6 beds, 8 beds, and then they have like open rooms that have more than 10. Or they have unisex room, they have female room, they have male room. You can choose as long as you book early. And I recommend traveling on the shoulder season because the shoulder season is always the cheapest season, although the world is busy now, so the shoulder season is still busy, but it's still better to travel then because things are less expensive and more affordable, right? So where are we here now? So yeah, so number 5, you want to book your hostel and just look at your time, look at where you're traveling, because you're going to be doing a few countries at the same time. That train ticket is going to get you into actually the whole of Europe. You come off and get on the train wherever you like, as long as you have the train ticket you buy ahead of time. That's the beauty of it. When you arrive there, you don't have to spend any more money to travel throughout Europe because you have that train ticket that takes you everywhere and it become like traveling for free. Because I think we paid just a little over $1,000 for our train ticket. And some trains, there is no VIP. It's just not the best. But some trains, you get like you get upgraded and all the beautiful things. So that is something you have to look into as well. So by now you bought your ticket for a couple months ahead of time. You know where you're going. You have had fun for months mapping out your time and your place of where you wanted to go. And you're about to go anytime soon. And I recommend that if you do not want to stay in hostels, there is really low budget. You don't have to even stay. I prefer hostel for one of the reasons that you're really going to meet a lot of like-minded travelers. And that is if you're traveling alone, I really recommend it because you will find a lot of like-minded like-minded people. If you go into an Airbnb, chances are you're going to be very kind of lonely, but you can also find very inexpensive Airbnb. But I also think that hostels are still quite more safe and more reliable, and you know what you're getting, so you don't have any surprise when you are doing thank you. So you don't have any surprise when you are doing I'm crossing the road and downtown Kenmore. I am downtown Kadat. It says into the wild here. Do you see that? Yeah, it's really lovely. Store. Yeah. Yeah, so it is safer, I find, to stay in the hostel. Honestly, they have security, They have people on the desk all the time. You get very clean rooms. Um, you can ask for what you want. You can just have a room for you and your friend, which is still a lot cheaper. And if you're doing budget hotel, it's the same thing. You take one room for you and your friend. So with me and my friend, we travel together. We have not even paid $40 for a room. Most of the time when we have budget hotels that we stayed in, we paid about $35 for our budget hotel. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm in the back alley here. I hope you got something out of this video. So subscribe and like my video. I'll be sharing a lot more. And yeah, for you who really, really wanted to go to Europe, but you have given up on your dreams because you don't believe that it is possible, because you think that you cannot afford it. And I am living proof that you could afford your trip to Europe. Living proof. Anyways, like and subscribe to my channel. And I also want to say, um, do less and be more. Yeah, be more of who you are and do less of all the shit that doesn't serve you. And that's it. I'm going to be signing off. Thank you guys.